Samsung unveils the Note 10 and Note 10 Plus. This week, Samsung unveiled one of its flagship devices, the Note 10 and Note 10 Plus. The phones were unveiled at Samsung's events worldwide, with celebrities and influencers present at the launch events. The phones, which have a boxier look with lots of screen space, come in at a 6.3-inch screen and a 6.8-inch screen for the Note 10 and Note 10 Plus respectively. Some of the new features of the devices are a multicolored Aura Glow casing, the new position of the front-facing camera, and surprise surprise, no headphone jack. The camera upgrades include a 12-megapixel main camera, a 2x telephoto camera, and an ultra-wide camera. One of the major differences between the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus is that the Plus allows for expandable storage and 45-watt super-fast charging is also available. If you want to pick one up, the Note 10 retails for around 330,500 naira and the Note 10 Plus goes for around 384,000 naira. Arit Okpo named the new host of CNN's African Voices. Presenter, writer, and producer Arit Okpo has been announced as the new host of CNN African Voices.
This is African Voices.
Until recently, the former Ebony Live TV presenter was a producer and voice-over talent for a handful of CNN International's Africa-centered projects. But now, with the new announcement, she'll be back in front of the camera as well. Along with the announcement, African Voices will also debut a new chapter called African Voices Changemakers, which will highlight and celebrate the efforts of people advocating, innovating, and making a change in their communities. It appears to be a milestone year for the CNN program, which highlights human interest stories out of Africa as well as the people behind them. Because if you recall, the show celebrated its 10th anniversary this March. A big congratulations go out to Arit, and be sure to catch her on CNN International on Fridays with repeat broadcasts on Saturdays and Sundays. Sonia Lareina confirms divorce from Ik Ogbonna. This week, 29-year-old Sonia Lareina put out a post confirming rumors of her divorce from 35-year-old Nollywood actor Ik Ogbonna. Rumors that the couple's marriage was on the rocks had been circulating for a while, as Sonia and their son had been living outside the country in recent months. In a post accompanied by a detailed caption on Instagram, she wrote, "Public announcement. I, Sonia, am officially and fully out of marriage. My ex-husband and I have parted our ways for good and legally." Apart from saying they had grown apart, the reason for their split wasn't stated. Back in March, after suggestions from Sonia that she was single, Ike was asked in an interview if they were divorced, to which he said no, they weren't. Back in January, it was reported that the actor said in an Instagram post that 90% of marriages are unhappy and couples wear fake smiles. He also advised Nigerian youth to take a different approach to marriage. Ike and Sonia got married in a courthouse in Zagreb, Serbia in 2015 and they have a son together. Burna Boy's African Giant album sets new record. This week, Burna Boy made history when his latest album, African Giant, debuted on the UK Albums Top 40 chart at number 16, making it the highest-ranking African album ever to hit the UK Albums Top 40 charts. The charts, which are compiled by the official charts company, tabulate the relative weekly popularity of songs and albums in the UK, and the feat was announced by the official albums chart through its official Twitter account. This is yet another in a string of milestones the singer has recorded recently. Just last month, Burna Boy was revealed as one of the artists on Beyoncé's compilation album for The Lion King. He also performed to millions by appearing on the late-night show Jimmy Kimmel Live, and a few months ago he won a BET award and also performed at Coachella. The star musician just keeps rising, and there are no signs that he plans to slow down anytime soon. Court grants Secret Service permission to detain Sowore for 45 days. A federal high court in Abuja has granted the Department of State Security (DSS) permission to keep former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore in custody for 45 days. The publisher of Sahara Reporters was arrested on Saturday, August 3rd in his home for calling for nationwide protests tagged Revolution Now against the current government on August 5th. Sowore, who has in the past been very vocal about the current government, was calling on Nigerians to reject the wickedness of the establishment. He's being accused by the DSS of threatening the harmony of the nation. Sowore's arrest, harassment, and detention has been met with criticism from different segments of society. Professor Kingsley Moghalu proposes 4 children per family policy. Former CBN Deputy Governor and presidential candidate in this year's elections, Professor Kingsley Moghalu, recently proposed that the Nigerian government should implement a population control policy that will help forestall Nigeria's impending population explosion. Projections put Nigeria's population at 400 million by the year 2050, which will be disastrous according to Moghalu given our current poverty and unemployment rates. And 94.1 million Nigerians, which is almost half of the country's population, are said to be living in extreme poverty. According to Professor Moghalu, Nigeria's population is not productive and unemployment and poverty will only be worsened by an uncontrolled population. BamBam and Teddy.A are engaged. On Sunday, Big Brother ex-housemates BamBam and Teddy.A announced they will be getting married. The announcement was made on their Instagram accounts. The pair met on the 3rd season of the Big Brother Naija reality show tagged Double Wahala and became an item in the house. Their relationship continued after the show despite rumors of a split, and recently on the reunion show, both ex-housemates affirmed their feelings towards each other and even suggested that they are in it for the long haul. While details of their impending nuptials will probably remain quiet, at least for a while, we wish Okpo Badman Teddy and Oluwabamike Olaomi all the very best for the future.